Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to novotnynutritionandwellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior.
They say that April showers bring May flowers, but May delivers a lot more than that at GE Landscape Supply. Stop by for the Spring Landscape Days sale with almost everything on sale. Get 15% off of mulch, 10% off decorative rock, 20% off of flagstone, 25% off of decorative cobblestone, 15% off of stone edging, and 10% off soil. 25% rain or shine from May 1st through the 6th at GE Landscape Supply. Spring Landscape Days open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel. We are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill. We have some great deals in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra light duty and new Silverado light duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel. So do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck. So stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with roof credit.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
They're on the cusp of probably major announcements. Trev, Albert, CAD will ask for $250 million in that range. Now, add 70 maybe and put a roof on.
Who would get to run the button that retracts the roof and does it? Also,
maybe you'd be the honorary
I think I think you should be the first one to try it. It was Bill's idea. Bill gets to do the first.
Here's what I thought. I just always thought it'd be a cool thing to have, the retractable roof.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning. This is the Happy Hour.
You guys want a happy hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome into the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Happy Tuesday.
This camera's so high.
Nick Sainert and Rico joining you. Rico, hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going great. The Knicks play tonight.
That's good.
Hopefully they win and they'll be 1-1 heading back to Miami.
Level of concern if they go back 2-0.
Dead all the way up. Critical high yikes. You'll see. I have a meme ready if they lose.
Really?
Yeah. I also have memes ready if they win. So I have memes ready. At the ready.
You just say that?
Yeah, I have memes just sitting on the phone, ready.
I want to talk about, I saw a graphic yesterday. We're going to start with a little bit of Major League Baseball really quickly. 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line, both those open for you guys the entire show today, as well as the Starter Heyman Jewelers video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Allo Cable subscribers, channel 951. Once again, it's the Happy Hour. Want to hear your thoughts all show long on the Starter Heyman text line. Okay. Rico, how are your Yankees doing?
Last place in the AF or in the AL East.
What place?
Last.
They're last place.
They are in last. Not tied. They are in last.
They are in last. I saw the other day that they lost 15-2 to the Texas Rangers.
Yep, that was a bad game.
Horrible day. So there's a lot of injuries.
Their
Tons of injuries.
injury list would make a pretty good team.
Yes.
Their injury list would have a better record than the team right now.
I'm trying to find. I saw a graphic yesterday of all the injured. Or here we go. 13 Yankees on the IL.
Yep. It's a pretty
So
good team.
I'm just trying to find a list because they just put Aaron Judge on the IL.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I can't find the graphic. Anyway, here are their rankings in OPS in the majors right now. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Catching, 25th in OPS. Basically, in terms of hitting, this is how good you are. 25th at the catcher position.
Oh, here you go. I found the list.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Carlos Rodon, Luis Severino, Harrison Bader, Josh Donaldson, Frankie Montas, Jonathan Loaisiga, Tommy Kahnle, Lou Trevino, Jake Bowers, Ben Rotvert,
Okay.
Scott Efros, and Luis Gill.
Yep, there it is.
That's a very nice team.
That's really good.
A lot of pitchers.
Now, yeah, so there's a lot of pitchers on that list.
There's over $111 million on the injured list for the Yankees.
That is horrible. I should have made the bet that I made with you last opening day
with Giancarlo,
that he wouldn't play 20 games before getting injured.
I don't think he made it 20 games.
We could find out for sure. But Yankees are bad.
Yankees are bad. You know what happened last night? They lost 3-2, right?
Yep.
They were up 2-0 going into the top of the ninth. And I can't remember who was pitching, but he struck somebody out, and then he either walked or somebody got a single. So it was one person on first, one out. He was going for a complete game, shutout. They were up 2-0. They brought in another pitcher. They lost 3-1 or 3-2.
That's bad. That's like the
with
Cubs,
one out.
That's like the Cubs bringing in Michael Fulmer. Michael Fulmer was really good with the Detroit Tigers and was one of the top prospects in all of baseball. And then he got sent to the bullpen because he couldn't stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So Michael Fulmer then now is in the bullpen as the Cubs closing pitcher and is atrocious. Atrocious. Cubs are going to be buyers. Cubs are going to be buyers at the trade deadline, and it's going to be solely for relievers. I'm scared that they're going to trade away Pete Crow Armstrong, the guy that they got from the Mets in the Javier Baez deal, top prospect. I'm scared that they're going to trade him away for some reliever, and they're going to fall short of the World Series this year. Cubs are 15-13. Anonymous Cubs fan says, in all caps, please cut Fulmer now. And I say the same thing. And Cubs Crew, you're absolutely right. He says, how about them Cubbies still better than the Cardinals? Darn right, because the Cardinals are in last place in the NL Central.
Wow.
They are 10-19 on the year. The St. Louis Cardinals. Wilson Contreras, as much as I loved him in a Cubs uniform, he threw his bat down and it snapped in half the long way.
Yeah. Oh.
In the long way.
That's impressive.
Which is unreal.
That's cool.
But he struck out.
I'd frame it.
He is not playing well.
He's not playing good.
Wilson Contreras is not playing well. The Pirates somehow are 20-9 without O'Neal Cruz. People might forget that O'Neal Cruz is on the 60-day DL.
People do forget.
Or 60-day IL now is what it's called.
Can I do one more thing about the Yankees?
Yes.
They're currently 15-15 in last place in the AL East. They are on a 4-game losing streak. They still have a positive run differential by 1 run.
Really? That's awesome.
The AL East is the only division with all teams in positive run differentials. Do you know what the Tampa Bay Rays run differential is? This is baseball corner, by the way.
It's got to be close to like 70s. It's got to be in the higher than 70s. Is it in the 90s? No way. What is it?
103.
All right.
They are 23-6.
Check the Oakland Athletics, because at one point I want to say
theirs wasn't the worst for a while. It is now the worst.
Yeah, the Oakland Athletics are not good.
minus 117.
Yeah, minus 117.
Have one. Well, the Kansas City Royals have one more win than the Oakland Athletics. They are 7-22. Oakland is 6-23.
Well, what's great about, now going back to the Cubs, right? What's great about the Cubs is like a lot of times they'll sign some veteran players or just some like mediocre players and hope that they have this like dramatic resurgence. And it never usually works out for Chicago, and it hasn't recently, I should say. I I guess it did for like Ben Zobrist after he won the World Series with the Royals the previous year. Then he wins it with the Cubs.
It's pretty good for him.
And great 2 years for Ben Zobrist. But they brought in Cody Bellinger, who was really bad for LA in the last year and a half. And now Belly is like, he became a dad, and now he's like hitting all over the park.
That's usually what happens with athletes. When athletes become dads,
yes.
they play great.
Yeah.
Which Adam Ottavino just came off of the paternity list for the Mets.
So did Belly.
So if you have fantasy baseball, pick them up. Adam Ottavino and Cody Bellinger both just became dad. If an athlete becomes a dad, whatever the bet is for their next game, take the over, take whatever it is, because they will go off.
The best part is that like the Cubs have guys like Patrick Wisdom leading them in home runs.
Look at Patrick Wisdom go
with 10 on the year, and he's hitting only 242. So it's literally like a home run, or he's getting out.
Home run or nothing.
Home run or out nothing.
Reminds me of Aaron Judge 2 years ago.
Cody Bellinger is hitting 300 with 7 home runs and only 18 strikeouts this year.
Wow.
And you have somehow, some way, the old man Yan Gomes behind the plate, replacing Wilson Contreras, is hitting 294 for the Chicago Cubs.
Look at Yan Gomes.
Yan Gomes. Ian Happ, Cubs locked him down. We're good. Let's see. Dansby Swanson, 301. Only 2 home runs, but 301.
Don't worry, they're still not going to hit the over.
They will. They're 15-13. We should figure out what pace, what they're on.
The Yankees are
pace.
Not on pace to hit the over.
So the Cubs have played 28 games, and they've played. Let's see. So I don't even know how this would take. This would take a lot of math. That frankly, I don't necessarily know if I want to say it on air because
says Ben Zobrist had a baby during the World Series.
No way.
That's why he played so well.
Yeah. Ben Zobrist was fun. Yeah. Cubsker says Cody is on fire. I'm so proud of him. Anonymous Cubs fan says they will be buyers if they can stay within 4 games of the division. Here's the thing with the NL Central, and the NL Central is applicable in Lincoln, Nebraska, because there's a lot of Cardinals fans. There's a lot of Cardinals and Cubs fans, I'm sure.
Not a lot of Pittsburgh fans.
Not a lot of Pittsburgh Pirates fans.
Pirates are great.
A little bit of a Lincoln connection as well. Lane Grindle, who used to be one of the voices of Husker baseball, is now a TV broadcaster with the Milwaukee Brewers.
There you go.
Anyway, Lane Grindle, good dude. Anyway, with that in the Central, you know that at some point the Pirates are going to go on like a 12-game losing streak,
as they usually do.
And it's going to be, I guess, between the Brewers and the Cubs for the division, because the Pirates are not going to stay at 20-9 overall.
Well, do you think that the Cardinals, get back to their winning ways at some point? They're not going to finish last. They're not going to finish last in the division. They're
2 games behind the Reds.
I can almost guarantee you. Actually, I can guarantee you that they're not going to finish last.
Do you want to put a bet on it?
Sure.
Because I don't think they finished last, but I need to hold you accountable for what you just said.
Okay.
So I guess it's not a bet necessarily.
Like 5 wings.
No, because I don't want to because I don't think they necessarily finish last.
Okay,
I just want people to
do
realize.
Write on the board?
Yes, maybe we need to write on the board.
$5?
No,
$1?
I don't want anything.
$1.
I just want to be able to hold you accountable.
There has to be something with just $1.
We'll see.
Here, let's shake on it right now so everybody can see. Okay. There we go. You couldn't see that because it was
that's
off camera.
That's such a bad bet for me.
$1.
Whatever. Yeah, sure.
You're the one that said you wanted to hold me accountable. That's the only way.
Yeah. See, John in Cortland says 30 games into the season. You're already talking long season. Run the smack after 160 games.
Ooh.
Hey, John in Cortland. I don't know. I don't know if you're a Cardinals fan, but how's 10-19 taste? John, I love you, man. I love John Cortland.
Brad from Baldwin says, "Let's talk Yankee." We already did. They're bad. They're very bad.
They're bad.
They have $111 million on their injured list. That's why they're bad. If the Yankees can get healthy, they will be fine. But right now, they are bad.
Jeez, that's awesome.
That's so much money to not be playing.
Well, so another thing with Baseball Corner, since we might as well just continue rolling on.
Corner. This is what happens.
We weren't planning to have Baseball Corner. We were planning to talk Dillon Brooks and how he's just out of the NBA next year.
We'll hit that in the next segment. We'll go Baseball Corner now, Basketball Corner next.
Yeah. Hey, and Brian T, you're probably right. He says no Yachty hurts the Cardinals. I mean, in a way, when you have a guy that's you're so familiar with, whether you're, I mean, even for a fan base, when you're so familiar with him, and he was so reliable. Like even as much as it pains me to say, as reliable as Yadier Molina was behind the dish, like it's just tough to replace that.
Mhm.
It's so difficult to replace that. And somebody said earlier that Wilson Contreras isn't a good defensive catcher, and he's fine. I think
He's serviceable.
well, he's one of the better ones, and that's what made him so valuable. I think at the trade deadline, and ultimately the Cubs thought he had more value than other teams did, and maybe rightfully so, because when you have it's tough to find a catcher that's both is quality in defense and hitting in the majors, right? That's what makes a guy like Will Smith for the Dodgers when he was healthier, when he came onto the scenes, so valuable, is because he had a rocket of an arm behind the dish, and he hit the ball really, really well. Wilson Contreras struggles at receiving or framing the ball, and so I think that probably plays a part into it as well. But that's why, I mean, catchers are so valuable, and it's so tough to find a top 5 catcher. Gary Sanchez, good hitter, horrible defender. Or is it the opposite way around with Gary?
Gary is a weird one. Framing, receiving, he was okay. Rocket arm.
Yep.
You don't steal on Gary. Average, terrible. Struck out all the
Yeah.
time. But when he
So
made contact,
bad hitter,
well, when he was
decent defender.
when he was on, he was
Yeah.
on. But he wasn't on all the. It'd be like a week every month, whereas like
Yeah.
Gary Sanchez is fantastic.
Yeah.
Decent. He's a
Slump the rest of the week.
decent defender, below average.
Gotcha. Yeah. We can ask, are you and your Cubbies a little scared that the Cards are going to make it to the playoffs? Not at all. Not scared at all right now because you guys are 10-19. So hope you're enjoying that 10-19 start. Notorious BIB says Cubs pitching has been horrible, but at least they're not as bad as the Royals. Unfortunately, the Royals are struggling. Obviously, still listen to them. They are 1-12 at home. And so if you want to, they have a weekend series.
They play tonight.
Or today, yes.
At
They have
6.
at 6:40 p.m. Yeah, we probably go on at 6.
Yeah.
We go on at 6, but they play at 6:40 p.m. against the 19-9 Baltimore Orioles. And so
Look at Baltimore, second place in the AL East.
Yeah.
Look at your boy Adley.
I love Adley Rutschman so much. I love Adley. He's so happy.
I actually don't know what Adley. Let's go to Adley Rutschman's doing. Adley is currently hitting 291 with 17 RBIs and 4 home runs.
Okay. Not bad. People forget switch hitter.
I did not know he was a switch hitter.
So, Bird in Columbus says May 2nd victory lap, and then he calls me a name. Bird in Columbus, I don't mean any harm by it. I don't mean any harm. Crowbait says my White Sox suck, but as long as they stay above the Royals, I'm okay. Crowbait,
be okay.
I hope that you heard the rant that one of your fans sent into a Chicago sports talk radio station.
It was electric.
One of the best and most well-presented rants I think I've ever heard.
It was fantastic.
Across all sports.
He had receipts.
Yeah.
He had numbers.
He had names.
He had all. Oh, did he have names? He went all in. He probably had his paper in front of him. He had this all typed out. He was reading from it, just going. It's about 7 minutes.
Yeah,
long
it's a 7-minute rant
of glory,
and it's like he was obviously informative. Because I learned stuff from him.
He's a very smart fan. Very
just searching on Twitter. Just search like
White Sox.
Yeah, like the account Talking Baseball had the video. So, okay. Somebody also asked how we feel about the new rules, and it's interesting that we brought it up. I can't remember who asked us. It was way back. Way back, or at the start. Anyway, I wonder. Rico, I want to get your thoughts on this because it was interesting. I was reading this article earlier today on The Athletic, and they kind of interviewed Max Scherzer. They asked other pitchers about it. Pitchers are getting injured because they're getting rushed. And Max Scherzer's response to it was, hey, listen, don't let the game catch up to you. Train for this. Like throw a bullpen at this pace because as everybody knows, the fastball usage is down,
Mhm.
just like it has started to decline year after year after year. Fastball usage is down. Off speed, breaking balls, things like that. That usage is up across Major League Baseball, and so obviously you're going to damage your arm more if you are not throwing it correctly, or if your UCL is just your UCL is just handling a lot of strain there. So
It's fragile. It's an unnatural movement.
yeah, it's unnatural movement. And so it's interesting with the new rule because pitchers are being forced to sped up, get out of a rhythm.
Mhm.
Sometimes if they look back and there's 3 seconds on the pitch clock, they speed up their movements. They
They're like,
don't
"Oh, we gotta
do
go."
it. They don't do it fundamentally sound as they would normally. And so it's causing more injuries. And that's why injuries in pitchers and Tommy John surgeries continue to rise.
That's why the Yankees' entire pitching rotation is on the IL.
But once again, Max Scherzer was just like, dude, just prepare for this. When you throw bullpens, use a pitch clock. When you throw BP or when you throw just a mound, like you just need to use the time and catch up with it so that the game doesn't catch up with you.
Mhm.
So I think that was interesting. I like the new rules. I think it allows more of the common fan to be able to watch.
I think it's great. And
Game times are quicker.
I'm not
It's
pitching. I'm not putting
Yeah.
my arm at risk, but I think it's great. Sometimes you're missing out on a little bit of just the nuances of some of the batters of the pitchers, some of the things that they would do before, where they're getting them ready to do whatever. You miss out on a little bit of that, but for the most part, I think everybody's adapting. There haven't been that many violations. It's something that we thought would just be rampant throughout baseball. It's actually pretty rare if you see it because it's all over Twitter when you do see it, and it hasn't happened all that much. So I think they're adapting to it pretty quickly, and I think it's really good for the game so far, at least. The injury portion of it is really bad, and that's not something you want to see, and maybe that's going to be something they're going to have to figure out. But as Scherzer says, and he knows more than I at being a major league pitcher that he is, you got to train for it.
Rico goes out and pumps 99.
I do.
Just off the cuff.
I pumped 91.
Okay.
I got a nice 86 mile an hour off speed.
One pitcher that I missed, Eric Gagne, by the way.
Okay.
I miss Eric Gagne with his Vulcan change. I miss Eric Gagne. With the specs.
I just love the Vulcan change.
Yeah.
Like I just love. I don't know. I know
Sounds pretty
nothing
good.
about it, but I just love the way that it sounds.
All right. Well, round of applause for Baseball Corner.
Look at that. We all love baseball.
Round of applause for Baseball Corner. We got through about 25 minutes of Baseball Corner, and that's saying a lot.
That's
and
impressive.
the reason I think we went so long is because there was a lot of reaction on the text line. So shout out to baseball. We'll talk more baseball, specifically college baseball tomorrow, because the Huskers host North Dakota State tomorrow at night, and so NDSU. So they'll host the Bison,
who has the Summit League Player of the Year transfer.
That's right. In basketball.
Different
sport.
But
it is time to start talking basketball because the Memphis Grizzlies have notified Dillon Brooks, the guy who told reporters that he did not respect LeBron until he put a 40 on him. They have told Dillon Brooks that they are going to move on from him and not re-sign him no matter what.
Under any
circumstances, Dillon Brooks will not be on the Grizzlies.
Those are 3 wild words.
Yeah, that's huge. We'll dive into a little bit more. Eric, congratulations. He says he can turn his radio back on now. It must have been on already. Nice try, Eric. You say you're going to turn us off, but you keep turning us on every single day.
Let's talk some volleyball to start because I never got to it yesterday.
Okay, whatever you want, Rico.
Thank you.
I'm here to make you happy.
Thank you.
I'm sure there's people texting. Yeah. Okay, we'll talk volleyball. Then a little bit of Dillon Brooks coming up next on the Happy Hour.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Singer and at Radio Rico. The Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
They say that April showers bring May flowers, but May delivers a lot more than that at GE Landscape Supply. Stop by for the Spring Landscape Days sale with almost everything on sale. Get 15% off of mulch, 10% off decorative rock, 20% off of flagstone, 25% off of decorative cobblestone, 15% off of stone edging, and 10% off soils. Save up to 25% rain or shine from May 1st through the 6th at GE Landscape Supply for the Spring Landscape Days sale. Open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to Oak Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carpet. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at Oak Street Carpet. 1732 Oak Street, family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs in a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Sunny skies and just a beautiful Tuesday on the way. We'll see an afternoon high of around 68. North winds at around 10 to 20. Overnight mainly clear with a low down to around 38. It'll be even warmer tomorrow with a high up to around 76. South winds a little stronger, gusting over 20. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Spring is here and it's time to get those seeds in the ground. There's no time for delays if your equipment needs a new part. That's why Acres stocks thousands of premium John Deere parts for all your ag machines, planters, sprayers, and tractors. Acres has what you need now. And the team of John Deere certified technicians, Acres will diagnose and repair your equipment quickly. Visit acres.com to find your closest location. Our team of parts and service professionals are dedicated to keeping you operating at full capacity. Acres, solutions for every field.
Are you planting this spring? Make safety your priority. LES requires any landscaping or trees to be planted a safe distance from electrical lines and equipment to give crews safe access. Visit les.com/trees to learn more.
Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today. Located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, call 988 for free, confidential, and compassionate support. On July 16th, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is transitioning to 988. There is hope. 24/7 support. Call, text, or chat 988.
Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainer.
Even before you start. That was a preemptive
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
I already had someone created in my image who's evil and wants to take over the world, and he fits easily into most overhead storage bins.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are exactly 120 days away from Volleyball Day in Nebraska.
Ooh, buddy.
Exactly 120 days.
Get your tickets now, because it's going to be a blast.
as long as the weather cooperates.
Are there still tickets?
No.
So you can't say that.
Don't get your tickets now. Well, I mean, there are. They're very expensive.
Okay.
On StubHub.
$453.
Yeah, get your tickets from the people that want to charge you way too much for tickets now.
Also, Thomas and Lincoln, if you want to do the bet, we can do the bet. I'll bet wings. That's fine.
Ooh, that's fine.
He's betting that the Cards make the playoffs.
That's not going to
I
happen.
don't think they make the playoffs. I do think they don't. I think they finish higher than last place.
Yes.
They don't make the playoffs.
No playoffs for them higher than last place
Yep,
in
okay.
the AL Central. NL Central. Whatever. So we're 130 days away from volleyball day. 120 days away from volleyball day in Nebraska for the next exhibition match against two of the top 5 programs in Division II in Nebraska, Kearney, and Wayne State. And then Omaha and Nebraska playing their game against each other, which will count for regular season records. But Nebraska did play in Central City this last weekend against Wichita State, a match in where they swept the Shockers of Wichita State, and a match where we got to see the freshman and the newcomer Merritt Beeson in action for the first time in Nebraska uniforms. And let me tell you, it was electric. Harper Murray is everything that we were told coming into Nebraska, and then some. The way that she is able to connect with the ball from the outside, and the way that it sounds, and her getting, they're setting her up for kills in the back row, and it's just gorgeous. There was one point, I want to say it was the second set, where she connected on a kill from the back row, and everybody in the media section just like froze, like mouths agape, and we're just all looking at each other and we're like, holy crap, that is going to be really interesting this season. The one thing that was, I don't want to say concerning, but just a little, it took everyone by surprise, was Merritt Beeson struggled early. She's the transfer from Florida, pretty highly rated player. She's played with a couple of these girls on the under 18 teams for Team USA. But she came in, she struggled a little bit. John Cook said she was pressing early, trying to impress. She finished with a point. What is it? 0.059 hitting percentage in this one. 5 kills on 17 attempts, 4 errors. But she kind of settled into her surroundings and everything as it went on, and looked pretty impressive. But there's so many weapons on this team, and I already told Nick yesterday that I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm getting ready to book a hotel in Tampa, because that's where the Final Four is going to be this year for volleyball. I'll probably have to drive down there. But
You just put it in the thin air.
I'm gonna put it out there. I don't care.
Hey man,
look, is that surprising? Nebraska volleyball going to a Final Four? That's
No.
something that just happens.
It's not surprising at all.
It's not. That's something that they do. John Cook does. But
John Cook rode a horse
yesterday. He did. He was supporting the rodeo team.
That's right.
Him, Jim Pillen, and the rodeo team were riding around the governor's mansion.
Perfect.
Yesterday.
Do you think there was poop?
There was. I saw it in the video.
There's poop in the governor's mansion.
Not in the mansion.
Not in the mansion.
Around the mansion.
Stuff.
Around the mansion. But so the one thing that Nebraska volleyball fans are going to be keeping their eyes kind of really close and their ears locked in on is the battle for the setter position with third-year player Kennedy Orr. I want to say redshirt sophomore Kennedy Orr, and freshman new incomer Bergen Riley, because Kennedy, she was behind Nicklin for a while last year when Nicklin was supposed to just be a defensive specialist and not really the setter. It was supposed to be between Kennedy Orr and Ani Evans. Neither one of them really took the job, and Nicklin kind of had to come back and do some things. They were running a 6-2 for the longest time. John Cook says they're not working on a 6-2, only a 5-1. Doesn't want to run a 6-2. Wants to run with one setter only. So those two are going to have to determine by their play who is going to take that setter position. And Kennedy Orr got the start, so she played the first set, and she didn't play again after that. She got 15 assists, while Bergen Riley played the final 2 sets, gathered up 28 assists. And they are, I don't really know how to put it. They're both really good players, and they both kind of offer their own things. I want to say Kennedy's a little bit taller than Bergen, and we've seen her, if she gets like the first touch on a swing attempt, if she gets a dig, sometimes they'll set her back up and she'll get kill attempts. So she's got that going for her, but they're both pretty tall and can get some blocks and get some swings in to try and get some kills. So this trip to Brazil is probably perfect for them because they're getting some extra practice, some extra matches in before John Cook finally makes his decision before the beginning of the season. But that's going to be a really interesting battle right there. And just really all of the freshmen that John Cook brought in this season. Maybe not all of them, but there's going to be at least 3 of them for sure that play some prominent roles for this team. And the defensive specialist, Lainey Chokoy, is going to be a fan favorite, but she's also going to be hated by the rest of the Big Ten. She is very – what's the word I'm looking for? Not flamboyant. She's out there. She's loud, and she's a little extra. So
she was the player that was previously committed to Minnesota.
Yes, and then when Minnesota's coach decided to retire and take like an assistant AD role or whatever with Minnesota, she committed to Nebraska. But she is all over the court. She's going to be fantastic for Nebraska. She had one play in the first set where she went forward to dig the ball. I think Lexi hit it first, and it started going back behind her. She fell, got up, dove, hit it back up.
That's right.
And Kennedy came over and hit it back over the net for a free ball. Wichita State hit it back over. Nebraska ended up getting the block, and they just the place went wild. And I think that might have been one of the instances where Becca Alec was saying that it was louder than the Devaney Center at some point.
Oh boy. So once again, 120 days until volleyball day in Nebraska. And so they will go to Brazil for a little bit of a trip.
Want to go to Brazil?
I would love to. That'd be fantastic.
John Cook asked the media on Saturday, so does anybody want to go to Brazil? And everybody was just like, "Yeah, if you pay for it." And he's like, "Yeah, we're not doing it."
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, they are going to talk Dillon Brooks. Thank you, Rico. We are going to talk Dillon Brooks. Austin will join Rico. Is Strick here, or is he just in Nebraska?
I haven't seen him walk in yet, but he said he was going to be here.
Okay. Well, it could be Strick. For sure, going to be Austin and Rico. They'll probably break down a little bit of Dillon Brooks stuff and get you ready for On the Block. I got to bounce. We got 4 classes left.
Look at you.
4 classes left. Not that anybody's counting. 4 classes. It's the happy hour, 93.7 The Ticket.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Jay Foreman. When I played football for Nebraska and in the NFL, I wore protective gear to safeguard my health. Today, I'm not only protecting my health, but everyone in our community by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Update your protection with the bivalent COVID vaccine while it's still free. Find out more at healthylincoln.org. That's healthylincoln.org.
Spring Sports are here, and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Butchery by Venue is linked to Premier Specialty Grocery. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks and crafted burgers and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop into the Butchery by Venue today. Located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
Are you planting this spring? Make safety your priority. LES requires any landscaping or trees to be planted a safe distance from electrical lines and equipment to give crews safe access. Visit les.com/trees to learn more.
Hey, it's Games from Nebraska. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want you to stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has served in the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again in their hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Sunny skies and just a beautiful Tuesday on the way. We'll see an afternoon high of around 68. North winds at around 10 to 20. Overnight mainly clear with a low around 38. Even warmer tomorrow with a high up to around 76. South winds a little stronger, gusting over 20. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
They say that April showers bring May flowers, but May delivers a lot more than that at GE Landscape Supply. Stop by for the Spring Landscape Days sale with almost everything on sale. Get 15% off of mulch, 10% off decorative rock, 20% off of flagstone, 25% off of decorative cobblestone, 15% off of stone edging, and 10% off soils. Save up to 25% rain or shine from May 1st through the 6th at GE Landscape Supply for the Spring Landscape Days sale. Open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Dive into good times and great savings when you take advantage of the above-ground swimming pool sale happening now at Bonzall Pool and Spa. All in-stock swimming pools are 50% off through the end of May while supplies last. You don't want to miss out on this hot deal. Visit our showroom at 33rd and Pioneers today. Learn more about the promotion at bonzallpool.com. Bonzall Pool and Spa, every day made better.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't be overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Blyker with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Blyker with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Look at your car. It's filthy. It probably has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainer and Enrique Alvarez-Clary.
When I gave you the cookie, I heard very clearly, I don't think about you, Schmidt. Why would I think about you? Because we're friends. We're not animals. We're men. The only time a man is allowed to think of another man is when that man is Jay Cutler.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I don't think it's bad that I'm sitting here looking how far of a drive it is to Tampa. Right?
Do the people know why you're talking about a drive?
Yeah, I already said it. And Nick was like, "Oh, you're just putting it out there." I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's too wild.
No, that program.
No, this is what they do.
It's true. It's been a while since they've been there. It feels like.
By the way, if anybody's wondering,
it hasn't been, but it has been.
If anybody's wondering, it is a 21-hour and 34-minute drive to Tampa.
It only feels like 18 and a half.
Via the fastest route now. Fastest route now avoids road closures on I-70 East. I don't know if there's any tolls, but yeah.
I don't think
it's a 5-hour
so
flight.
I don't think so on that trip. I think once you get further southeast there are.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think on 70.
It's a 5-hour flight.
That is not a 21 and a half hour drive. I tell you that.
How many things you could listen to on a 21-hour drive? Be great.
Well, you could just listen to one thing if it was 21 and a half hours long. So I don't fully agree with the premise of the question.
Hey, you listen to all the things. Like I could listen to the ticket, right? Up until starting at 6 a.m., going to past 6 p.m. However many shows we have that night. Probably, I don't know, on a good night, probably like 10 p.m., right? 11 p.m., something like that. Although I probably be asleep by then, hopefully, in the hotel.
What, you're not just driving through in one day?
No.
Why not?
I mean,
because you're a wimp? Can't handle it?
Maybe. Give me a couple energy drinks. 5-hour energy. I've never driven through the night. I don't know. I might be able to. It'd be fun. It'd be interesting. It wouldn't be fun.
No, absolutely do not do
It would
that.
not be fun. It would not be fun.
My buddy and I made the drive down to Naples, which is another hour or so, at least past Tampa. We
Mhm.
split it up into 2 days from here. Stopped in, I'm trying to think. We didn't stop in Nashville. I'll take that back because I told you we stopped. We
Mhm.
did not. We stayed in Atlanta. Went all the way to Atlanta.
That's
Thursday.
closer.
It is. Stopped and saw a buddy that next morning and then finished the drive from there.
Interesting. It would be my first time in Atlanta. I'd be driving through. It'd be my first time in Atlanta. It'd be my second time in Nashville, but again, just driving through. Never stopped at any of these places.
You can still count that you were there.
I was there.
Kind of.
I drove through. It's different than like flying into a place, and because like I flew into Milwaukee once, and we didn't leave the airport.
That doesn't count.
So I'd be like, "You've been to Milwaukee?" I was like, "No."
No. I've been to San Francisco and that I've flown into that airport,
Yeah.
but never set foot in the city.
I've been to San Francisco.
Hmm.
Had a track meet there.
Oh.
It was fun.
Did you win?
No, it's my first national meet ever, and I was so nervous.
Did you throw up?
I almost threw up. I ran terrible.
Oh.
Then my second one, we went to Wichita, which not as great.
Not San Francisco.
not as great. And then third one, we went to Baltimore. We ran at Morgan State.
That's where Baltimore. That's where Morgan State is.
Yeah.
Oh, did not know that.
And it was great. It was fun. Walked around the harbor. People were like, "You should get some crab cakes." I'm like, "I don't like crab." At least at the time, I didn't like crab. I like crab now. I don't know.
Crab is fine,
buds change.
but I don't like crab rangoon.
Well, that's because it's fake crab.
Even the stuff with real crab, I'm just not a crab rangoon fan.
Okay. Yeah,
Baltimore's nice.
You scared me for a second. I was like, "Was it Morgan State?" I know DP's going to say something if it's not. Yeah, Morgan State's in Baltimore. The Bears, because it was like a blue. Either the field or the track was blue, and it was really cool. I think the track might have been blue. Field's probably just green. But we drove by.
Oh yeah, that's blue.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Nice.
We drove by
the Boise State of the East Coast,
the University of Maryland. We drove by their campus. It is gorgeous.
John Rothstein calls it spring break capital of the Northeast.
It was.
Do you see why?
It was beautiful. It was fantastic. So yeah, if you ever get to Maryland, just go out there. I guess I don't know why I'm telling all you people that, but whatever. But what we're really here for is to talk about Memphis, Memphis, Tennessee, the Grizzlies of Memphis, the shooting guard of the Grizzlies of Memphis. No longer Dillon Brooks, the former Oregon Duck. I'm just going to throw all this stuff out there because Memphis has said that they are not going to sign Dillon Brooks this offseason. You would think, okay, sometimes that happens. Teams are like, yeah, we're just not going to re-sign you. This happens. But they threw in 3 words that just take this to a whole nother level. The Memphis Grizzlies said, we are not signing Dillon Brooks, quote, under any circumstances.
Oof.
End quote.
How big of a train wreck do you have to be to have your organization come out and say, we are not re-signing you under any
at all
circumstances
whatsoever? Nothing you can do to change our mind.
The Grizzlies could be promised to win an NBA Finals next year.
Nope.
If they sign Dillon Brooks.
Not bringing it back.
Under any circumstances, they will not sign him.
He could have the best summer of his life, and he could be dropping 50 burgers in every single game he plays and show that he is the best defender in the NBA by a long shot. And the Grizzlies would be like, no.
We said no.
That's a hard pass.
We're not doing it.
We can't have your antics around our star player, John Morant, who is already acting up on his own. Can't have it. Can't win with it. Can't win with players like that. Can't do it.
someone asks the Grizzlies, "Hey, Dillon Brooks has been going off for 50+ all summer. He looks in better shape. He's shooting, 32% from three, which would be an improvement for him.
Oh, good for him.
Even give him 35, 36%.
Oh, good for him.
Are you going to sign him? Insert Nick Saban clip. I'm not going to do it. Quit asking.
Sorry, not happening. That is a wild. And I know you're going to ask Strick, and Strick will probably have some more.
If he shows up,
he is. I saw him walk in.
Oh, good.
He'll have
Thank
some
you.
more takes and some more info on that. Well, not info, but more insight onto that situation, and if he's ever heard that used before with a player.
Let's just think about Dillon Brooks for a second. Think about how seemingly crucial he was to the Grizzlies' identity, if not their team, at least their identity of being, hard-nosed and, young, up-and-coming.
He was
type
pretty
of team.
prominent.
Like, he was essentially their Draymond with his attitude, the way that he approached games. When he was good, they were good. When he was bad, well,
Yes.
sometimes you didn't notice, but mostly they were bad.
Yeah.
And now he played himself off their team under all circumstances.
He talked himself off their team. I honestly don't think I honestly think if he wouldn't have done the off the court antics, I think they would have re-signed him. Not to a long term or a big money deal, but they'd have been like, look, you've been here, you're integral part of our team. We enjoy having you around, all this stuff. We'll re-sign him to some player friendly, maybe give a couple incentives in his deal.
And that would have been a mistake. This man shot 31% from two and 28% from three.
Yeah, it wasn't
against
great.
the Lakers.
It wasn't great. But the fact that they could have beaten the Lakers if he didn't poke the bear that is LeBron James and poke the bear that is the entire Lakers lineup. He upset the entire Lakers team by saying that he didn't respect LeBron until he put 40 on him. And then LeBron dropped 20 and 20 point rebound double-double. There's your 40, Dillon. Guess what? You're going home now. Cancun on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Cancun.
Just if I'm the Grizzlies, I'm pissed. And obviously they are under any circumstances. Wipe their hands clean of them.
Are you pissed if you're the Grizzlies, or are you like, thank goodness we have a chance to get rid of it?
No, I'm pissed at him. Because you could have – look, maybe they weren't going to re-sign him regardless, but you could have made it out of the first round, had a good chance at going on to the Western Conference Finals. They match up pretty well, or at least they did match up pretty well against the Golden State Warriors.
Last year's series between those two was fun.
Exactly. But now you'll never know.
It's true. All because of Dillon Brooks in his mouth.
That's what you got to do. If you see me fighting in the forest with a bear, help the bear.
And not just one bear. 2 or 3 bears.
All the bears. But that's going to do it for the happy hour. Thank you all for listening. On the block up next, Stricky back in studio. Austin and Strick will take you through the next 2 hours before Old School, and then some more on 93.7 The Ticket. Adios.
They say that April showers bring May flowers, but May delivers a lot more than that at GE Landscape Supply. Stop by for the spring landscape sale with almost everything